Whether you do or don't carry a knife or other improvised object for self-protection, check your local laws. Being able to access it under pressure is a key skill. Remember, it can't help you if it's stuck in your pocket. In this solo training video, we're going to look at 2 methods of drawing the knife from the belt line and practice them in a solo drill in the context of you're already fighting. Oh, and just in case no one's told you today, you're an absolute star. Keep on shining brightly. Are you ready? Let's go for it. So we're going to be working how to access the knife out of a kind of front waistband style sheath or a waistband drawer. If any of you guys know Marko Novakovic, he's been doing a lot of this recently, so I've stolen some hints and tips from him because he's really good at it, so find him for that as well. The first thing we're going to be doing is just having your own ideas, and we're going to go shadow boxing, and I'm going to shout draw, and you have to get your knife out, whoop, and switch to knife. And then we'll go reset, put it back in, clothes over the top, shadow boxing again, draw, you have to somehow get this thing out of here and go. Okay, are we ready? Let's go. So shadow boxing. Draw. And knife, just a little bit of knife here. Okay, reset. So back in the waistband. Clothes over the top. Shadow boxing. Draw, a little bit of knife. Reset. Shadow boxing. Draw. And reset. Knife in the waistband, clothes over the top. Shadow boxing. And draw. And reset. In the waistband, clothes over. Good, time, little breather. There's a couple of ways of drawing the knife I want to look at today, which hopefully reduce the chances of getting all like tangled in your clothes. Because it's tempting to just try and kind of grab it with your dominant hand, right hand for me. Tempting to just try and grab it and then bring it out, but sometimes it gets caught. So we need to clear our clothes out of the way first, particularly with a kind of waist belt carry style here. Clear my clothes out of the way first. I mean, there's other sheaths you can get, you know, there's like across the belt where you draw it out that way. There's even some like downward draw here. If you got it there, it depends on where the object is you're trying to access. But for this one, I'm going to need to clear the clothes first. So the first option, I'm going to use my left hand, non-dominant hand, to grab the clothes at the front, pull it up, cover my face, and then I can access the handle here. Draw it with the right hand. And it's one thing doing it like in a relaxed manner out here, but if someone's trying to punch me in the face or headbutt me or something, or I'm really, really close and uncomfortable, I like this idea of covering my jawline and my face with like a Dracula elbow. Awesome. I've never trained 52 blocks, but it's a bit like Defense Lab and KZ as well. Where they'll have various kind of structures like this. I like it kind of covers your jawline a little bit and it anchors your head so it's harder for you to get rocked and knocked out just for a little moment. I can still see what's happening. Yeah, I can still get hit in the eyes, but it's a fight. And the modification is that instead of my hand going like up high over my shoulder or onto that side of my head, I need to have it on my clothes. So I still have this upper arm side and my shoulder covering my jaw here. There we go. But you never thought you'd see my belly in this video. Yeah, and then draw. And when I draw then, I'm going to switch back to my weapon side lead. So can we all try that draw all together? So I'm going to cover, reach, pull the clothes up, draw the knife, and switch into weapon side lead. One more turn, let's have a look at you. I'd love to not get stabbed, but getting stabbed, there's a few seconds before I'll die, even if it's a really bad one. But if I get knocked out, then it's straight away and I don't have any other choices. So if I have to choose to keep my consciousness as a higher percentage, I'll try and stay not knocked out so I can continue fighting for at least a little bit of time. It's a shit trade. I don't like it at all as a trade. But if I'm really trying to access the thing that's in my waistband, obviously I'm not going to carry one in a place where it's not legal to carry one. Access the thing that's in my waistband, then I need to clear my clothing to get there. And if I can do that and reduce my chances of being KO'd.
Yeah, it's a good way. I like it.
And because it's an elbow, I can make it more aggressive as well. So rather than it could just be defensive, like I'm covering. No thanks. It could also be kind of aggressive, like I'm trying to spear into somebody. Kind of go, that's it. So it could be striking, doing whatever, and go. So let's try it slow motion in a kind of punching combination. So it doesn't have to be complicated. It's going to go straight punches. And then as I do the right punch, that's when I grab my clothes. Left elbow, grab the knife, and go. 2. Right punch, grab the clothes. Left elbow, grab the knife, and knife is out. 1, 2, 3. Clothes, elbow, knife. Reset. Left, right, left, clothes, elbow, knife. Left, right, left, clothes, elbow, knife. The weirdest part of this coordination is if I'm throwing a right punch, instead of pulling my left hand back here, I'm going to put my left hand down to my clothes to grab them. Which is totally opposite to everything we've learned so far in martial arts, which is pull that left hand back here so that I can throw another hit. 1, down, it's weird, up again, draw and go. It almost feels a bit robotic, doesn't it? Left, right, left, clothes, elbow, knife, 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 die, die. So once you get the idea of the rhythm, I want you to try and gradually turn up the speed, but keeping the same regular rhythm. Like if you were learning music and playing to a metronome, so you'd start off with like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then turn up the dial a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then a little bit more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's just a bit beyond my speed at that point because it came out in a weird holding way. So I need to turn down my speed to keep the rhythm. As long as my rhythm is solid, I can then turn the speed back up again. I'm talking too much, let's move. Okay, we're gonna have just 1 minute where we're gonna be doing free shadow boxing, and when I say draw, I want you to try and do elbow cover draw and get the knife out. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Shadow boxing, that's it. So we're going to move our head at feet if you've got space to do so. That's it. Shoulders. Okay, and draw. Good. Reset. That's over. Shadow box again. And draw. Good. Okay, this time, in your own time, you choose when to draw. So this is going to be on your own timing rather than my shouting, which is when I know when it's going to come, but you don't. So choose on your own time, it should be a lot smoother. Okay, we start with shadow boxing. Let's go. Okay. Whenever you want to go, you draw. Good. Once you've drawn and used the knife for a bit, we're going to reset. We go one more time. Shadow box again. And in your own time, we're going to draw. Good. Okay, time. Very nice. There's one other way to draw, but that's more if we're in close and one arm is kind of tied up. One other way to draw that I wanted to mention. So if my lead arm is tied up somewhere, like I've got to grapple with somebody or clinching them, or I've got a crossbody post on them, I can maybe use my, there, now you can see it, my right thumb to lift my clothes up and then slide that hand down and then draw. So it's like a one-arm, one-handed draw. I'm using, from here, using my thumb, sliding my thumb up to drag my clothes up, then index on the knife and draw again. But yeah, this is for more if we're in close grappling and I've got to grab something and then I've got to get it out. It takes more like moves up and down. So I'm going to go way beyond where my clothes are, score my thumb up my own crotch, pull my clothes all the way up, hand goes down again, hand comes up again, and then it's ready. It's way more awkward than using two hands, and that's way more awkward than using two hands to lift it up and then get it there. But that's in the luxury of space and time and everything where I go, hang on. Okay, yeah, now we can fight. Cool, I'm good. But may not be have the luxury of time and space, and if we do, I'm going to run away. Sorry about that. Cool, so that's the knife draw that I like from that striking kind of context where we're in striking distance, kind of punch kick distance, where I need to cover to try not to get KO'd and maybe get this out, and I'm ready to go. All good so far? What questions do you have?
Those are both great, and even if you were teaching an undercover police officer, they could reach across the other way and use either one of those to get perfectly clear for the firearm. Would still work. This one would be better, the same the one where you cover with the left hand, but I think the other one would work too.
Yeah, I see. And of course, you could have your knife deployed on the non-dominant side, and then whether you draw that in reverse grip with the dominant hand or saber grip in the non-dominant hand.
These are great. They're very simple, really good stuff. Worth low class for this.
Cool. Glad you liked it. Yeah, my friend Marco has got a 2 or 3 video series out just at the moment where he goes through a lot of these with another person, so you can see really good context, especially for the grappling ones where he's put his gi on, and so they've got like collar grips and all sorts, and he's trying to get his knife out. He's got a really nice knife design, the witch finger, which comes with a sheath that goes under the belt where the handle goes downwards. And that downward handle means that as soon as he gets his hand on it, instead of having to move the knife out like that to draw it, he can just move his hips and it draws the knife. And that means that if you're stuck on the ground, all you need to do is get your hand on there and just kind of shrimp your hips back, and then your knife is out. If you're in stand-up wrestling at any point here, all you need to do is get the hand on the knife there and just shrimp the hips, and you're kind of good to go. It's really well designed. I like it a lot. So I'm stealing ideas from him at a better time, I suppose. Hey, well done. I hope you got some cool new pointers from that and practiced accessing while already moving. Makes quite a big difference, doesn't it? And I hope you can stick around for the next part where we look at stick drills for close range, but with the goal of getting back to long range, where I can swing the stick harder and there's fewer of my targets to be hit. We'll be working both right and left hands, so just take a few minutes to prepare yourself for that. It's alright, it's solo training, no one's watching, so it's an ideal time to fail, then learn, then improve. Alright, see ya.